viatu zikaisha. I had a bigger sister who by then was alikuwa anafanya biashara Gikomba. So alikuwa na tuviatu zilikuwa zinaitwa Pam. I remember the headmaster back then of Kamahindu Secondary School, anaitwa Bishop Joguna. He met me one day and akaniuliza, who do you want to show us? My name is Nicholas Gatibaro Mbogwa, also known as Governor Gatibaro Wa Nduta. I'm the CEO, NMC Group Kenya Limited, which is a real estate company. We do buying and selling of lands, value addition, surveying, and other services that goes along na hiyo shughuli ya shamba. I was born some 45 years ago.
Okay.
Yes. I'm no longer ile bracket mnasemanga ni vijana. I'm past that. So I was born in 1978. Huko Lali in Kiambu County. Kijiji inaitwa Matembei, that is where I hail from. And I grew like other kids in the village. I was not an exceptional. Ile kwenda kuchota maji mtoni, kwenda kuvunja kuni huko kwa barabara, rearing some rabbits na zile tu jobs za kawaida za nyumbani. Yes, that is how I grew. And after 4 years, I think I was a genius because I'm being told in 4 years I was in class 1. When I was taken into nursery school, mwalimu alisema hapana, huyu yake sasa imezidi. Huyu mind yake iko mbele sana, so he can't be in nursery school. That time I was around 3.5 years. So in nursery I went for 2 months. Mwalimu akasema huyu anafaa kuwa class 1. Then I was promoted to the lower primary. Yes, nikasoma kafika class 5, kafikia one of our sisters. So my dad akaopt mimi nirudie class 5 for the reason my elder sister may she rest in peace, alikuwa anaitwa Esther. So akaniambia I'm still very young, I have more time to do so many things, ni remain in class 5. Despite me being number 2 in the same class, I was forced to repeat. Lucky enough, along the way, sasa nikatoka nikaenda class 6, nikaenda class 7. By the time nilikuwa nafika class 8, so my sister never performed well. She was forced to repeat na tukasoma na yeye in the same class. The same incident that happened when I was in class 5, it came along. I was forced now to repeat again in class 8 because I was still young. That is what my dad kept saying, that I'm young enough, I still have more time to do more things. So I also repeated back then, nikarudia hiyo class 8. And I thank God, though I never made it. As in, I never got good grades as a repeater, because ya kwanza nilikuwa nimepata 402, but after being forced now to repeat I got 370 as a repeater. So you can imagine the pain that yenye nilikuwa nayo. Sasa mlifanya nirudie nini? I was like burning, but all in all, I managed those grades and nikaenda a national school in Muranga called Njiiris. That is where I did my Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3 up to second term.
At this moment, whatever he was expecting never happened. Things went south.
From Form 2, hiyo sasa life ya Form 2 third term kuingia Form 3 first term, I started protesting in a way that I was expelled more than 3 times for some petty reasons, as in nothing much, but now I'm not feeling like I fit here. Mi naona kama wazazi walienda kunitupa huko shule, so my grades dropped and then nikaenda mahali siku ya mwisho, the last suspension I got when I got home, niliambia babangu I'm not going back to that school. Akaniuliza why, and you have to go, are you the one who is paying the school fees? Nikamwambia kindly, wacha nifanye hivi, wacha niende the day school in our neighborhood, it's called Kamahindu Secondary School. So dad insisted, nikamwambia hapana, tutakosana. In fact, to an extent that when the schools opened, aliniforce niende shule, nikatoroka nyumbani for like 3 weeks. So but eventually wakajua kwenye niko, so they pleaded with me, especially mom pleaded with me, akaniambia you just come home, no, let's come now and reason together. So wakanielewa, they took me in a day school. Although now life was not still very easy. You see now, I think by that time we were like 3 of us in secondary school. Na unajua mambo ya sana sana the ladies na vijana tumekuwa tu hivyo, as in along our journeys zimekuwa difficult. There are those people, wazee walikuwa naamini empowering girls first, kwa sababu nyinyi vijana mtabaki hapo nyumbani, you'll get a portion of hiyo inheritance, so nyinyi hamna hiyo haso kubwa. But now still there is the other way they used to look at things. They want to empower girls so that girls can get better lives out there, badala waanze kuzaria hapo usiarira liko, that is so I could also resonate with them. Now, right now when I'm a parent, I still see things from that dimension, although haikuwa fair kwetu. I can't condemn them, they did their best. So when I got to Kamahindu Secondary School, things bado hazikuwa rahisi, despite now that I'm in a day school, that I'm coming home daily, I feel better because I'm home, but I had a lot of joy inside me that my dream of being home tumeyafikia. So nikang'ang'ana hiyo form 3 kaisha. Unaona kuna vitu sasa zangu za shule nilikuwa nimeziacha nini in Muranga. So when I came home, natumia ile kiatu nilikuwa nimenunuriwa hadi kaisha. So there came a time that viatu zikaisha. I had a bigger sister who by then was alikuwa anafanya biashara Gikomba. So alikuwa na tuviatu zilikuwa zinaitwa Palm. I remember the headmaster back then of Kamahindu Secondary School, anaitwa Bishop Jogona. He met me one day and akaniuliza, who do you want to show us? Now with a lot of passion, that man called me into his office, akaniambia, kindly Nicholas, come and explain, why are you wearing these shoes? Wewe si msichana, wewe si nini? Nikamwambia, teacher, I gave him now my story. He sympathized with me, akaniambia pole. So asikurudia, but ile kiatu yangu ilikuwa imepigwa viraka, so in a way I was not even comfortable. Na hata hizi za sistangu singetaka ajue nimeiba niende nazo wapi shule. So she was one of our tough siblings wenye tunasema hata sai bado tunamuogopa. She happens to be a teacher na bado tunamuogopa. Life was that, tukaendelea, tukang'ang'ana, nikamaliza shule, but I never performed. Huwa nafikiria mimi nilikuwa nasoma zile mistari hazikuwa zinakuja kwa exam. Unajua kuna options, maybe kuna wale wase wamebarikiwa, they go for those short hizo mistari zenye zinakuja. So me I was unlucky, and I didn't do well in my KCSE. So I was like nikifika home I was now like nimekuwa rejected because the expectation, my dad expected something good from me, on which I never attained. So story ilikuwa ni stress, wewe hata hujielewi. That is the nature. Akaniambia mimi I'm not even planning anything because frustrate. I took you in a good school, ukakataa kusoma. I brought you hoping that you are going to change. You never made it. So in his mind, I was stamped as a failure, which was so unfortunate, or rather so fortunate to me, if I may look it from the both sides. My dad thought huyu ameanguka enyewe, everyone within now home, nje, they were all criticizing me that I never performed. Sijui nilipelekwa national school, I disappointed my parents, I don't know. Ikafika mahali, and this one I think parents should be very observative, kwa sababu usiende kuambia mtoto ameanguka. Failing in examination doesn't mean that you have to fail in your life, because life is a journey, and you might not excel in your academics, but in some other areas you're perfect. So from there, my sister who was in Gikomba alikuwa amehamia Coast, so she invited me after form 4, tukaenda tukafanya biashara kidogo for like 8 months, then biashara zake zikakuwa, they were not doing very well. Then it's like dad needed me close to him at home, so nikakuja home, kaanza kufanya farming, kumsaidia kufanya farming, tea picking. Kuna story za mang'ombe, as in he had some cows there. So when I came back home, I took charge kama mtoto wa kijana. Now the ladies wanaendelea kusoma, wako tu sawa. And mark you that I was born as I was the fourth born in a family of 8. First born ni boy, another 2 ladies katikati yangu na yeye, then wengine another 4 ni wasichana. So what happened, I was a small boy, I should be at home, I should be doing home chores hapa na pale, because anytime I used to ask my father, now what plans do you have for me, ananiambia, my friend, you still have time, we chill kwanza tumalizane na history ya hawa waende sasa, you know, bra. So it took me a year, tulikuwa tunachuna majani na ng'ombe. If you look at ukiangalia hizi vidole zangu, maybe you'll see some scratches huku ni kujikatakata, nimejikatakata na panga. At that time there were no chaff cutters like now we are using today. Unaenda unakata majani unakuja. Mimi nikakaa nikaangalia, nikaona watu hawana, they are not thinking about me, because I'm there to wake up around 3:30. I do milking by 10:30 nimeuza, so by 6 ng'ombe zitakuwa zimekula. I'm prepared to go and do some tea picking. Mimi nikajipigia mahesabu, nikaona this is not the life that I want to. I'm not sure what is beyond, anasemanga, I'm not sure what is kept huko mbele na wazazi, but they are not showing me, so I gave up. Mimi nikaona hapana. There are men who are fighting out there in the world, and they are making the end meet, despite how hard or how sweet. At the end of the day, what counts is what you made. One day I came home drunk, I was like stressed. Now my life imekuwa mess, and everybody is criticizing my grades. Na tumetoka huko, now it's 2 years nishamaliza since I finished my form 4. Everyone is still criticizing my grades, despite hata hizi kazi nakuja kufanya in anything wanasema wewe ulikataa kusoma, so like I didn't have any future. By that time I feel now I should get out of myself. We collided one day with my dad and I had to run away. Katoka home. I went to a place called Flyover. There's a place where there were sawmills there. I found kuna jamaa moja besti yangu alikuwa ananiambia what they normally do, wanaenda kwa forest za wanabeba hizo rocks, walikuwa na road rocks kwa marori, ndio zinaenda sawmill. Akaniambia will you be able, nikamuuliza wewe unawezanga? And actually he was weaker than I am akaniambia me I'm good, so I joined them. Hiyo kazi nimekafanya for 2 good years. My friend, let me tell you, there's nothing sweet like loving what you do despite the dangers, because you could see guys dying. Wengine wanaenda, mtu unaona unabeba hiyo rock inamfinya, anavunjika spinal cord. I knew, I actually in the 3 years that I did that, I remember very well, I saw over 20 people dying. Unaenda unapata mwingine, umeenda lori kama imebeba rocks, mmejipanga pale mbele, inakanyangwa emergency, hizo rocks zinawafinya. Zingine mnaenda kubeba, ingine inakuwa too heavy na jamaa haongei, because there was an oath tulikuwa tunakunywa before, hawezi achilia juu. Hivyo ukiachilia you are going to kill the rest of the team members, na unajua mnazibeba na shoulder. So but there was a lot of joy in whatever we were doing, because we used to love it. Yani every morning we could gang up to go and do it, very happy. I remember we were not parody, I think we were getting 37 shillings and 50 cents parody, so we could do like 8 of them. Ukipiga mahesabu uko na kama so 3 in a day, but back then so 3 was a lot of money. So I remember that was the first phase yenye nilienda kuhustle after I left Mombasa. And after that I think life ilikuwa inanifundisha polepole, as in that was one of the universities I can say I went, because I learned that I should learn to persevere in every circumstance, especially if it is not killing me. You should face it with one heart. We could wake up in the morning, despite what we saw yesterday, we could comfortably go and do it. So after that I remember El Nino came, the forest flooded, so hakuna road zilikuwa zinaingia kwa kichaka. Njaa ikaanza kutuuma, hatungeweza kuingia kwa forest, njaa ikaanza kutuuma. Anaona nimezoea pesa for like 2 years. Mark you, I've not gone back home since vile tulikosana na mzai. Yeah, sijarudi up to now. El Nino ikakuja. Incidentally, one of early morning around 6:30 nikasikia knock kwa mrango. Koko. So I woke up. It was my mother. After 2 years. Akaniambia, okay, ni track penye ninaishi. Unajua siku hiyo simu zilikuwa but they were not very common. Na si watu common walikuwa nazo. Zilikuwa tu na wale big fish. Wacha sasa tunapanga masimu hapa. So mom came. When I opened the door and found she was the one, I was surprised. Nikamuuliza, mamiliki ureka huku, unafanya nini hapa? Akaniuliza, don't I deserve being here? Nikamwambia hapana, but how did you manage to know hata kwenye ninaishi for 2 years? Akaniambia hapana, ulifanya makosa. Kwa nini? Hata mkikasirishana na mzazi, you can never be his parent. He will remain your father despite everything. So kindly go home and reconcile. Hata yeye mwenyewe amekuwa worried what happened, umeenda sijui bra 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 bra. Okay, fine. So we agreed and I went home the same day. Hakuniacha. By 10 tulikuwa tunakunywa chai home, because the distance is not very far from Flyover to home. It was like an hour. So tukaenda, I found my dad, so tukakaa. Yeye mwenyewe akaniuliza, okay, you know how men apologize? Akaniuliza, wewe na wewe ulienda ukiendaga? So that is what my daddy told me. Nikamwambia hapana tu, no, I just went and found life out there. So kaendelea, we kakaa tukaongea na yeye, so there was nothing. He apologized and I also apologized. Maybe sasa hata mimi nilikuwa na makosa. Maybe I was blaming my dad and maybe pia mimi nilikuwa na makosa. I took some days at home But I thought something strange could have happened back in my workplace. And I could hear the voices of the people whom we used to work together, like they are calling me. So after like a week, I went back. Nothing much happened. I stayed for like 3, 4 months. Things never picked up, so I just opted out. I went to visit an uncle who was in Nakuru. Nikaenda, I knew he had a matatu. So nikifika huko nikakuwa makanga huko Nakuru. So nikaanza hiyo job ya makanga kidogo kidogo. I was being paid 120 per day, but still alikuwa amenipea accommodation na kuoga. And then I was so much excited after now. Hii njaa imeniuma hapa for like 6 months. Nikaenda, nikamaliza. Okay, after a year, I thought I would do something better. Kuna jamaa wa home nilikuwa naona wakiwa mahoka huko. So pia mimi I joined the team. I started hawking. I did hawking for another 2 years. Then that is when now my dad became ill and he called me home. Akaniambia, no, I'm not able to do 1, 2, 3 things. Being now the younger son, automatically I was to go home and assist my dad. I think unakumbuka tulifanya reconciliation, so we don't have any bad blood. So nikakuja, we took time with him, tukakaa, kamsaidia, and eventually my dad died later. May he rest in peace. But sasa mimi already I have like 3 degrees so far, but from the streets, not from any university, because mi kwa college I never managed. Hakuna mahali nilienda college. I remember the only thing, the closest I've ever been in any college, there's a time we went to do bush clearing in Nairobi University. So that is the closest I've ever been for in any college. But anyway, that is not that can't hinder you. If you have dreams, the best thing is to keep your dreams alive. Try to pursue any way possible, because life that is all that life entails. Especially if you dream big, definitely life will go around and bring something wrong, and maybe you might find yourself in a position that many and majority have never thought it happen kwa maisha yako. So after that, now we buried our dad, and sasa saa hii miaka imefika ile miaka ya kijana kusikia nataka kuoa. I had like wale 3 girlfriends somewhere, so I was trying to evaluate the wife material and so on and so forth. Unajua, in mind, definitely usikue tu na mtu moja, just have several so that you can evaluate. Have a marking sheet. If she goes correct on this, tick. Ule ata carry the day, just take her home. So tena nikakaa na madhe huko Gishagi for like 1.5 years until I shifted now to Nairobi. Another friend of mine akanipigia simu akaniambia, oh, I know you are a good driver, I don't know, nimefungua kampuni ya kahaya, kuja tufanye job. So that is how now I managed to come to Nairobi. Tukafanya for like 3 years na yeye. Mimi nikajua what goes around. Okay, I'm a go-getter. By short, if I may say something, I'm a go-getter. Mimi Kate, usifikiria nitakaa na hapa na wewe. You do these things when I'm watching. I'm not an imbecile. I'll try and do it the way you are doing it, and maybe one day I can do even better than you. And I don't see lack of the tertiary education like a problem in my lifetime, because if you start thinking that it can be a problem, it is going to hinder you from wherever destiny you are headed to. From there, I came up with my own company. I did for 6 years. Then magari zikakuwa mingi. I lost 2 of my cars na ingine ya client, so tukaenda biashara, nikaona sasa imekuwa na so much insecurities. I'm picking a car from you, giving it to a client, then unaenda unapata all of a sudden hiyo gari imeenda, wengine wameenda wameuza, wengine wamebeba bangi, wengine wamefanya. So it came a lot with a lot of issues, and I felt that iko na maishu, so I just wanted to get my way out. Incidentally, nayo biashara hiyo ya kahawa ikakaa kama inaisha. From there, I remember that was around 2008, 2007. I already had now gotten the right shoe for my foot. And in that December 2007, that is when I did my wedding. Yeah, I married that one wife mwenye niko na yeye. Then from there sasa tukaanza maisha. I wanted to restructure myself. Hiyo mambo ya kahaya could bring along a lot of delays. I could get home late at night. So from there I started looking for some other ways to venture in business because already my mind was entangled in business. Lucky enough, I was called by another friend of mine, nikamwambia mimi sahi I'm not busy. Akaniambia, and because you seems to be very vocal, kuja tujaribu kuuza mashamba Thika. I was invited in one of the companies. So when I got there, mi nikamanuva, nikaajiriwa. That was around 2010 hapo. Tukang'ang'ana. I was running polepole. Unaenda unaangalia how things are happening, how things are being done. Sometimes you are put in a position to make them run until around 2016. That is when now one of the guys tulikuwa na wao kwa hiyo job akaniambia, my friend, unaona venye tunatumika hapa, I think why don't we team up, twende tufungue kampuni yetu. Nikamwambia, my friend, my family is very young, sijakaa kipesa. But that guy encouraged me, akaniambia, see, it is not all about money, think about yourself. Now my name was, I had already invested so much on the easy mashabiki and other social platforms, especially the radio. So my name was being mentioned frequently on radio. And huyo jamaa vile nipiga hivyo, I went home and talked to my wife and I told her, now Mercy, something is happening here. Ananiambia, when I look back, I saw I had some responsibilities. I was paying rent, I was paying school fees for my kids, and also she was in college. So nikaona, if I try and leave the job that is paying me right now to go and start mine, it might not be the best time. So it took another 1 year for me to think about it. Eventually we joined hands with some two guys, tukaenda tukafungua kampuni which we ran for 1 year. And by 2017, that is when I decided I'm going to go on my own, because the thing that the things that tulikuwa tumetoka huko mbeleni kwa ile kampuni ilikuwa imetuajiri, they are the same things that were happening there. So I felt being alone, I could perform better. I didn't have money. The time I was leaving them, I didn't have money. So I think I had around 180,000. Tulikuwa tulipe rent, tulikuwa tulipe school fees, na still there was some college money. That time my wife alikuwa anafanya degree KCA University. So ka stress kakani hit. But when I got home, they gave me a lot of courage. They told me, now you need to fight like a man, because from what he has known, mimi nimeng'ang'ana sana kwa maisha. So ananiambia hii ni kitu simple sana. So from the 180,000, that is how now we came up with the company NMC Group Kenya Limited, which now we are seated here discussing and talking about it with a lot of joy, because at least we have delivered over 3,000 title deeds to the clients who have managed to buy land from us. Sasa hapa ndio tunaita NMC. And the name NMC came from us. It was a decision that was unanimously agreed in my house that we are going to start a company with our initials. As I said, my name is Nicholas. That's what N stands for. My wife is called Eunice. That's what E stands for. My firstborn son is called Mark. That's what the M stands for. C stands for Christian, my second-born son, and E stands for Elizabeth, who happens to be the only girl. Though with time they are going to change. We have been breasted with a baby boy called Alpha just the other day, so the name might slightly change. So that is how the names group. Okay, we are a group. We registered with the company under those initials, and for the time we have been here doing business, especially the real estate business, I can say the experience has been awesome because I've met people throughout their life, people who are needy, people who, as in, people who are looking for a place to settle. For that purpose, we have gone the journey. We have sold plots from 55,000. I think has been the cheapest in Kenya since around 2005. We have sold, we have given them title deeds. These guys are enjoying because now at least you can find someone alienda akafanya, alikuwa desperate na mahali pa kuishi. 55,000 tukisema sasa tuende tupige sherehe, my friend, if leo ni Friday, there are those people who are going to use 55,000 for over the weekend, na akikuja Monday akitoka sherehe hatakuwa na hiyo pesa. So we came up with a solution. We also need to encourage young investors, those people wale tunasema wa mapato madogo, so that at least they can come on board, buy land. And for the purpose of Nene, there's something I want to show you, kids. When we are doing our business, we normally say that we have ready titles. As you can look at these hii ni project. Ukikuja hapa uangalie, I'll show you, you can just come and capture maybe one. This Masinga Kagode, this is now the Matura, and unaona ziko kwa jina ya kampuni NMC Group Kenya Limited. Ukitoka hapo we have the Marindi. If you go to the ones we are selling in Marindi Gongoni settlement, if you look at it, it still bears our name, kwa sababu that is now how we say we have ready titles. Once you buy, we only do transfer, and if personally wewe unataka kununua kwa jifanyia transfer, sisi haturaga maneno, we are very free as long as kitu yetu iko genuine. Ukitaka everything pertaining the land, tunakupatia history, and that is how we have managed to maneuver. Looking back, I can tell you that there are those people who have not been able to raise the hundreds of thousands that maybe Prot has been selling all around. So what happens? We have the lowest can pay 300 in a day. That is now the part yenye sasa tuliona kuna huyu jamaa wa bodaboda. The bodaboda guy makes 1,000 shillings. Akona mtoto anakula, akona expenses za kila siku. We came up with a way ya kusave. Instead of taking money to the bank, we have the pay bill number. That's the pay bill number. You can be paying your 300 every day. And let me tell you, kids, there's something people have not known. Do you know if you save 300 starting from today, which happens to be 25th of August, up to 24th of August next year, you'll have 108,000. People might think 300 is not a lot because it sounds hata haitoshi, ni sukari kilo moja, right? So from that tumeenda tukilearn polepole, tukilearn how we can empower people. We are not based more on like just selling. Then we create a bigger, tunaendelea ku create something we called a rapport with our clients, as in a good relationship that when you as a client, you are with us, just be assured it is not a matter of business. If you have something social like weddings, tutakuja. Ukitaka kwenda Rurashio, invite Nemsi, because now you've become friends. I wanted to become a priest. I was an altar boy and I could admire how the priest could do whatever they does. So it was among one of my dreams, but from now the story venye mambo iliendelea, I just found myself somewhere else serving humanity as I think it was a part of my calling, and I'm really glad, especially now at 45. My dream is to bring, let me tell you, Kate, there's something I'm proud of. In terms of material things, I might not possess as many as I have wished, but in terms of investing on people, especially now, I believe, since now I got in a position to empower people, those people who have gone through my hands, I think maybe some other time you'll come for their testimonies, because I can invite them here. They can come and testify, because una mtu anakuja na kuambia, you take the read and show them the way to go, na unapata within no time huyo mtu ameanza kupick up na ana regain confidence ya maisha yake, because now we don't condemn everyone because of whatever they do or whatever they does, but try, if you can go wherever they are, try to bring them out of that and show them there's a way. There's nothing joyful, there's nothing like unasikia tu umeaccomplish ukiona mse ulishika mkono hivi. Mimi I've gone to places, I've tried a lot of people, relatives, friends, anakuambia huyo unasikia akikwambia sawa. Something shocked me jamaa mmoja aliniambia sijui tunatafutiwa job wapi airport, I don't know, kampatia CV. He took the CV home. After another 4 to 5 months kukakuwa na shughuli nyumbani. When he came home with his car, incidentally akanituma kwa gari yake. Kamuliza what happened? Akaniambia CV yako nilienda nikapeana. Vile niliangalia buti ya nyuma, I found my CV there. I don't want to talk about the uncles wenye kila December akikuja na kwambia nilikuitisha karatasi hujainipea, so how am I going to handle hii kesi yako? I don't want to talk about them because we are now the uncles, but at least there's something I'm proud of. If majority of the people wenye nimeshika mkono right now, I can attest and say they are doing very well out there, because ukikuja hapa don't expect to be Nicholas, you can't be me. Automatically itafika mahali and you will feel that you are being squeezed a bit, kwa sababu hatuwezi kusikaa kwa zizimo. My role ni ku take through, ukielewa, go and find your greener pastures out there.
What is that one thing you can change about land investment thing?
Okay, now according to me and the experience I have had for over now almost 13 years, I can tell you that the fear, there are those companies that instilled fear in clients. Up to today, someone comes on board and anauliza, nyinyi si wale mnafunguanga hapa kesho unapata duka ya nini? That is the reason tumebeba hizo titles. We always ensure that we have ready titles for our projects, because with these title deeds you are assured that ukinunua, you either opt to go and do the transfer by yourself, if not so tunakufanyia, and this happens within 2 weeks time. So that is one thing. The other thing is that we have brought confidence. We have brought back the confidence of people to invest, because now let me tell you, we're standing in Ruto Eastern Bypass around Kamaki's area. There's those people who feared to buy plots because wanasema walinyang'anywa back then, and right now walikuwa na pesa, they never bought. Right now you can't even if you have millions of money, hauwezi pata, because iko hivi. So what I want to say and what I want to tell those people who are watching us and those people who are watching me, I want to tell you something. Rome was not built in a day. Go to Matu where we are selling, purchase something for yourself. Wachana nayo, sikwambia uhame kwako uende ukaishi Matu. Go to Marindi. We have land in Marindi that has ready titles here. We have plots in Marindi town. We are selling them at 785,000. Come and buy. Usihame. Go and do an Airbnb there. My friend, ukichoka Nairobi, Katrina, utakuwa ukitoka kidogo pole pole, unajificha for 2 weeks, then you come back refreshed. And na ukikuja vitu zako bado unazirun ukiwa strong enough. So what I'm trying to say is that we are bringing back confidence to those people who think that hii mambo ya kuuza proto mafuta it's a scam. We are trying to redo the story. And you can visit us along Eastern Bypass, a building called the Premier North Park Hub, above Naivas Supermarket, second floor, room S13. And na kama unataka kuongea na sisi na simu 0722 760062. Thank you and God bless you.
Are you happy?
Is there any definition of a happiness? If there was any, that one I could have shown you. But let me tell you, I'm happy because I can see we are winning, all of us. It is not all about me winning. My agenda in this life, it is not about what I do for myself, sana, but what I do for others. Because in this journey, you can't be alone. In Africa, we say, I am because we are. That is the theme. Hiyo ndio nabianga watu. Hawezi kuwa, no man is an island. And whoever said that had an idea. But sana, personally, I believe I am because we are. If you work as a team, you are going to deliver. Got to read out the traveler.